All right. So I've had comments here or there saying to me, you should update your Skyscale acquisition tutorial that I did whenever I did it with a new one, because they obviously brought within Secrets of the Obscure a brand new way to actually unlock Skyscale far easier, far more effective. And of course, if you did buy Secrets of the Obscure, then immediately as you're in these new maps, you'll have access to the Skyscale down here in your mount section, okay? So you don't have to go to a trainer or some sort of rental specialist. You'll have access to it. Now, just to show you, I actually did the achievement when it first dropped. New friend, there we go. Whoop. So this is the achievement, 7 parts to it, because I wanted to see whether or not it would be any different. Would it be faster, more efficient? And I can safely say it absolutely is. It absolutely 100% is. And I'm going to show you how I got the Skyscale again, doing this particular method. And I used all of it from the wiki, right? So that way you guys I will post all the links, all the necessary information in the description. If you follow it to the letter, you'll be good to go. Now, first and foremost, and this is very important, you should, as soon as you are able to, have this mastery flight training unlocked, and training the whole time, because you need the entire thing, essentially. Well, you definitely need Who Rescues Him as a prerequisite, and of course Rising Spirits. You absolutely need those two as part of the achievement towards getting the Skyscale. You absolutely need that, right? So as soon as you get in here, as soon as you're able to select it as a path to start leveling up, please choose it. Please do so, all right? And what happens with that is that when you complete the second chapter of All Hell Breaks Loose, you will unlock the Flight Training Mastery, okay? So as soon as you get that second chapter done, right? As soon as you get it done, you'll unlock Flight Training Mastery. Immediately choose it, so that way you can start instantly unlocking stuff. Now like I said, I use this entire wiki to actually get my Skyscale, right? So I'm doing nothing different than what you guys are about to do if you follow this same path, right? It's a very detailed guide. The wiki is an absolute incredible source of everything that you need for Guild Wars 2, right? Now, there are a few steps. Again, it's mostly just like a hunt, if you will. Some parts are an Easter egg hunt. But let's jump into this. The first step is, of course, you have to find a Skyscale egg, right? These are all the locations here, which is pretty cool, right? Between Skywatch Archipelago, the Wizard's Tower, or Southern Wizard's Tower, and of course Anatus, right? Now, getting the egg will take a little bit of time, because it is something that is not going to be in the first nest, or it may be. It might be in the last nest, or it may be not, right? But the good news is that it has all the locations here for all the locations of the nests. And not just that, also little maps to show you where to go. Now, if you're going, oh, well, how do I know where this waypoint is? Little trick, in case you don't know, you just copy this part here, right? Whether it be for, say, Concord Plaza, or say the waypoint itself, or do the waypoint. If you copy and paste that into the game, I'm just going to move that up, and I'm just going to hide this just for a second. Right, there we go. When you paste it, it actually posts the waypoint. You click on that in the text, and it will actually take you to that on the map, which is very, very handy, okay? So keep that in mind. It's a fast way of just like copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, and that way you get to know, where you can go nice and fast, all right? Once you get your egg, which, again, it took me a little bit of time to find my egg. I eventually got it. You come back to this lady here, Diane, that you can see there with the mastery point above her head, right? You talk to her, okay? And then you get the next step. And the next step is the Skyscale infusions, where, yet again, you just copy and paste the waypoints into chat, and press enter, click on it. It shows you exactly where to go. You follow the little map and you go and you pick up all the egg infusions that you need for this part of the unlocking of the Skyscale. You come back to Diane here, and then we continue on. Now the last part, well, sorry, not the last part, this, well, the third part, I guess, if you will, which is the Skyscale Growing Comforts collection. You've got to essentially get pieces of food, if you will, for the Skyscale, right? So it tells you where you can get them from, hinting like defeat Cryptus to obtain a treat for your Skyscale, right? More drop from champions. So it just tells you exactly the type of enemy that you need to defeat to get it, right? Now, there are also other pieces that you need to purchase. That's why it states here that there will be a total cost of 15 gold, charged quartz crystal, some form of meat, 60 glob of ectoplasm, and the 300 pile of bloodstone dust. All right. Now, if you've been playing Guild Wars 2 as long as I have, that's just easy, right? But if you're never sure on, oh, where do I get that from, right? You can click on everything and it will tell you exactly where you can get this stuff from. Okay? And this is awesome, right? All the information that you need is right there at your fingertips on the wiki. Just click on something and it will take you to the page and tell you specifically where to get it, right? Now, to get the pieces that you actually need to buy outside of the drops that you can see over in this part here, it shows you again on the map, gives you the price, location, and it tells you what the pieces are, which is awesome, right? Now, this last part is a little bit tricky, so we're just going to teleport somewhere because I want to. It's easier to actually showcase this to you guys than it is just to talk about it, right? So we are going to go all the way. Yeah, we're going to go all the way up to this one because there's a few around. You have these provisioner tokens that you have to get, right? And these provisioner tokens you get from a faction, like a faction provisioner, right? So you can see here, okay, that this is one of the faction provisioners that you can come to, right? Which is pretty cool. So you click on them and it showcases that if you give them one of these items on the right, then it will give you a certain amount of tokens, okay? Now it says here that there is an account limit per day, but because there's multiple faction provisioners out there, it's not just that you get 5 a day, you can get more than 5 a day, right? But the total that you need for actually getting the provisioner tokens is 30, right? So it might take maybe a couple of days, I can't remember 100%, right? But anyway, so, and also you'll notice here too, that like these are all like the pieces of the actual saddle that you need, okay, and the cost of them to get them, right? So, but to get the provisioner tokens, to get them, okay, this is what you do, okay? So the way it works, and this is really simple, this is what I did, right? It says over here, oh, you need, you can get 5 at a go, right? So you can't get all 5 at once, but you can go, okay, well, from this particular vendor, I can get this amount, right? So it's going, well, if I have a shaman's storage rifle or a forged hammer or whatever, great sword or axe, I can hand it in and get 5 provisioner tokens. Well, all you do is you go to the Blacklight and Trading Company, to the trading post, and you type in, right? What was it? Stormforged. Okay, here we go, right? So you can see here that we can buy these things. So it's either asking for an axe for this guy or the rifle. Now, it doesn't matter. You can find the cheapest one. This will probably cost you a little bit of gold if you do it this way. Well, I think there's, well, I mean, there are other ways, but the other ways only give you like 1 provisioner token per one, right? You can get obviously like elderwood as well, if that's something you want to do too. So it really depends, but I did it this way. I had the coin to burn, and then you purchase it, and then you can then, once you purchase it, you can click on the provisioner token for whichever one you got, and then you'll get those tokens immediately, right? And there's more than one faction provisioner in Guild Wars 2, right? It's not just this one dude here. So what you do is you do the run around, right? So you might go, I think there might be one, just trying to see, where is he? Might be maybe one down here, perhaps? Or was that where I just was? No, it wasn't. We'll find out in a sec. So, oh, there we go, yep. No, here we go, alright, so we've got, here's one here, over here. Okay, so now you can see over here that they're like, oh, okay, well, they want, so this particular one wants a dagger or a Stormforge focus or whatever. So then what you do is you go onto the trading post and you can buy it if you've got the coin. Come back here, hand it in, and then you can get another 5 tokens, right? So you need 30 total, as well as the other pieces as well, right? And once you get those, once you actually get all those pieces, right, then what you do is you then go and use that currency that you've just gotten, the provision tokens, as well as all these other pieces here that you need on the side here, right? So, for example, the Essence of Despair you get from doing Cryptus Rips, right? That's a static charge. So yeah, you literally can find out all the information that you need on all the pieces that you need by clicking on it, right? And know how to get it, where to get it, okay? Which is great, okay? So I think they're actually coming from something we actually get from lesser arcane chests, right? So, again, it's mostly just a collectathon, some little bit of egg hunting in there as well to get this sort of stuff. And then once you've got that, okay, you then go purchase these things. It showcases, yet again, the waypoint you need to go, what piece that you need from that particular waypoint, which will obviously be like the trader that you need to go to get it. And then once you've got all the saddle pieces, you then go all the way back to Diane, all the way back over here, and hand it all in, and then you will have your Skyscale, right? But that's why it's also important that you have your mastery track set to unlocking for the flight training, because you need that too. Okay, you absolutely need that to have that as well. And once you have all that, then you're good to go. Now keep in mind, like I said, you've already got access to the Skyscale. You're going to be flying around as the Skyscale in this area. You don't need to rent it. You just instantly have access to it as soon as you're in any of the maps and secrets of the Obscure, which is really, really awesome, right? But to have it permanently and then to obviously use it in the rest of the world, yes, you're absolutely going to have to need it, to do not only the flight training, but also everything else that I've just pointed out for you guys to check out. And this is exactly how I got the Skyscale the second time. That's it. Easy as. Easy peasy, right? I've also got the end of it, you can see there with the flight training, right? Tells you how many points that you also need too. So make sure when you're running around the map, make sure you pick up all the mastery points that you can see, because that will also go towards it as well, right? Obviously we got the egg infusions here. We've also got the growing comforts, and then of course we have the provision of tokens that you need for the Skyscale saddle materials. So it does take a bit of time. It doesn't take nowhere near the amount of time as the original unlock track that you had for Skyscale, right? This is far easier. Does help if you have a little bit of gold, because like I said, especially for the getting the faction provisioner tokens, it's a lot faster. and easier to just buy the weapon, hand it in trade for the provision of tokens, and go from there, right? Which is really, really awesome, right? But I'm going to post a link for everything that I have showed here today, so that way you guys know. But everything that you need is actually right here on this A New Friend page. It takes you through the literal step by step by step by step that you need in order to unlock your Skyscale, right? So this isn't sort of me coming up with some sort of new revelation here. It is simply just the process that I used to unlock the Skyscale a second time, because I wanted to really confirm whether or not it was a better, crossover. And of course, obviously gaining access to the new areas, you'll be playing through the story as well, which you need to. Okay, but yeah, this was a far better achievement to get, far easier path for people to get the Skyscale, obviously. And this is obvious, but I need to state it. You do have to buy Secrets of the Obscure if you do it this way, because you don't have access to the new area, right? You have got to have a Soto to do it, otherwise it's a no-go, right? But if you do get Soto, then yeah, good as gold. It'll be far easier for you to get it rather than the original path, which I do have on the channel, which does take a huge amount of time in comparison. So anyway, guys, I'll leave it there. Let me know what you think. If there's anything I missed, please post it below and I'll pin the comments. That way it can be of any help. Otherwise, good luck, good hunting.